maybe, from this point going forward then, Craig, what would be on your like dream list? Like, what would you like to do, with Good Shepherd Consulting, your book,
Sure.
whether it's pastoring? What would you say? Like, this would be up on the bucket list if I could do something with all this.
Sure. Well, I love being able to, so obviously I, as Greg mentioned earlier, I am a pastor now. But I got here through a pretty different path.
Right.
A lot of people, I think it's safe to say, they kind of come out of high school, go to Bible college, go to seminary, and then go to work in a church. And that certainly wasn't my case. And so I view ministry, I think, through a different lens. But at the same time, I also still view businesses, for-profit businesses, through a different lens. And so I love doing that with people, is coming in and saying, okay, you're a for-profit business, but let's not just use your head here. Let's use your heart. And like we just mentioned about the Joy Youth Center, I think you could unleash a lot of potential in your people when they realize what they're working for is not just the bottom line of a corporation, but they're also working for, like, if this company is successful, I have money that not only the company, but I personally can now invest and be involved in other places. But it's the same thing with the churches. I think a lot of times churches have a really big heart to minister, but they're not thinking things through, like, from a business perspective. And I know you saw that a lot in your nonprofit insurance.
Right.
Like, this isn't, you're not going to be doing this for long because you're going to run out of money if you, and so that's what I would love to be in that place. I love pasturing my church. I love being the shepherd of a church. But I also love working with those other leaders, both in the for-profit and the nonprofit, to be able to, let me open your eyes to maybe seeing it from a different perspective.
I think that's one of the things when you read, first off, consulting or consultant. My dad has always joked, I don't know what that is.
Right.
Like, did you used to sell or did you used to manage? Used to could. And I think for you, you're bring, the medical mind, the business mind, the pastor mind together. It's a nice combo to wrap. You can help a nonprofit. You can help a church. You can help a smaller business, family-owned business. You've been in all those seats. It's really cool. What I think is going to end up happening for Good Shepherd Consulting is hopefully you'll have time to be with me and do this more often.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, what about you? Where do you see it going forward?
I thought about for us, I would love for us to maybe have sponsors and do a syndicate. I'm not, Joe Rogan level, but I think there's value in sharing good news and encouraging data and stories. And it's a little negative, it's a little bitter out there, whether it's mainstream or whatever. But I think that would be kind of a upbeat for us to get to the next level, sponsors, and maybe measure this a little bigger. It's been awesome, and we get lots of great feedback. But maybe sponsor and syndicate. That would be kind of a fun goal for us, my opinion.
Sure.